Glad to have you join us back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Daybreak on Trust Television. Straight ahead, we're diving into our phone-in segment. It's time now for you, our viewers, to share your thoughts concerning a topic at hand this morning, where we're going to open up a conversation. We'll be having this conversation, a very, very interesting and serious conversation concerning, the intense debate that has sparked a lot of controversies among educators, students, parents, and policymakers alike, which is the new admission benchmark set by JAMB. We're excited to dive into today's hot topic. JAMB Admission Benchmark is 150 a compromise? That's the question we'll be asking you, our viewers, this morning, as we discuss the recent JAMB policy meeting where a minimum cutoff mark of 150 was set for university admissions. Let's take a step back and look at the human side of this story. Now, for many Nigerian students, admission into universities is a dream that hangs in the balance. Parents are anxious, students are stressed, and the stakes are high. Imagine being a student who scored 149, just 1 point shy of the benchmark. What does the future hold for you? Or picture a parent who has invested countless resources into their child's education only to see them fall short of the cutoff mark. The emotional toll is real. Yesterday's JAMB policy meeting revealed some interesting statistics. Chinedu Christian Okeke from Anambra State topped the 2025 UTME with 375 out of 400. But the question remains, is a cutoff mark of 150 fair? Is it a compromise between merit and accessibility? So we urge you, our viewers, to grab your phones this morning, call in the numbers displayed on your screen and send in your WhatsApp message. Share your thoughts on today's topic. I know parents are, at home watching us and waiting to share their thoughts, and we'll be super excited to take your calls and also your messages. And the question still remains. It's, okay, I'll take that again. And the question still remains, the 150 benchmark that has been set by JAMB admission, is it a compromise? Hauwa, what do you think?
Well, as they said earlier, what if you just got 149
and just one point is one staring at
shy? But if you can remember, for last year's JAMB, the cutoff mark was 140, and now it has increased by 10 marks. And with that, institutions still have an allowance to, to increase their cutoff marks according to courses and departments and all of that, according to their discretion. But then when you look at it and you look at the JAMB scores that we have for this year, and according to statistics, we have about 70.7% of the total students scored below 200.
I was going to go there. So it's really good.
Absolutely. So it's a large chunk of number, a lot of people that, a lot of students that haven't gotten to 200, and you could imagine that some universities would put their cutoff mark from 200 and above for some courses, and some might not even get to that. And then there are a lot of students that scored below 150. So what is their alternative? What can they do? Are they going to wait up until next year to write, another round of JAMB examinations, or they're going to opt for other higher institutions, which are colleges of education, polytechnics, because they have a lower cutoff mark. So, like colleges of education, they have a cutoff mark, I think, of 100, yes, right? 100. And then nursing schools have a cutoff mark of 140 as well. So when you look at that, you would see that is it really fair to the students to have an increase in that cutoff mark when this year there has been a decline in good scores when it comes
Hauwa,
to
we
JAMB?
have a caller on the line. Good morning. Right. What's your name and where are you calling from?
All right. My name is Mr. Joseph. I'm a university lecturer.
Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thank you for joining us. What are your thoughts on this new benchmark? All right, could you do us a favor and lower the volume of your TV so that we can hear you clearly?
I am not close to the television.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
The topic this morning, the benchmark set by JAMB for university is uncalled for. You see, parents have failed woefully. The standards of education have dropped drastically. As a matter of fact, students can no longer cope with the university system. The rudiment activities that are supposed to be done in the university have reduced to a piece of bread because students are no longer committed. Why will you take your child to a private primary school, secondary school that they are not teaching anything, and whenever teacher discipline child, parents report, so teachers are afraid in the primary school and secondary school to discipline the child, therefore leaving the child in a state of holistic and abandonment. So students no longer serious. Now look at what the students are scoring in the JAMB. They almost 75% could not score up to the required university standards. How do you say 150 for university students? How are they going to cope? Please, that benchmark is not good. At least it should be 180 so that the standard could be maintained. Is that what is sustainable in 1960? When you wrote JAMB, is that what is sustainable? If you don't have 200, you don't go to public varsity. Standard of education has dropped to nonsense. No, it's unacceptable. I go against that and I kick against that. We were considering the last time 100 level could not pass 40 marks. We have massive failure. No. Thank you, ma. That is my contribution. That is my stand.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. As a varsity, employee, he made a point.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. He made a point saying that the standards have dropped due to the fact that there was a point where the cutoff mark was 180. So is it the fact that due to a reduction of, the cutoff mark, the students have become lax?
We have Shatima on the line. Good morning, Shatima. Thank you for calling in. Please kindly share your thoughts.
Good morning. Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Shatima.
Honestly speaking, I was surprised to see that mark, 150. But I don't know why we are so wicked on depriving our children a higher education. I stand to challenge all our lawmakers and all the political office holders and all the partners that were in JAMB today. None among them have write a JAMB. And yet we have produced credible candidates. We have produced a good, very, very excellent students who have made difference in European countries. We have the best doctors, best engineers. Have they right JAMB? The answer is no. We should not be thinking ourselves. Let us look at the foundation and make a difference. Let us sanitize. Let's bring up to the standard of our primary education and secondary school education. This, I think, is enough for us, so that we can make a difference in the higher education. But you are before you teach somebody how to read and write, you have to scrape him. It's wrong. It's wrong to me. To me, it's wrong. I'm not passing JAMB. I'm not behind all this benchmark, blah 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 blah. I'm not in support of it. Honestly speaking, let our children pursue their education. If somebody has tried work and he has a requirement, let him be given an admission. Let him be trained in the higher school. That is how we obtain our degree on those days. But I don't know why now we are blocking our children. We are blocking our children's progress. Why? It's still wrong to me. Honestly speaking, I'm not happy with that. Try and bring sanity in the lower education. Give them a sound foundation. You will see the difference. But you are not paying attention in their background, and you are stressing them at the top. So what? It's absolutely wrong to me. Honestly speaking, It's wrong. Now look at it. They say 150. And somebody score 149. And you are still denying him admission. What do you want him to become? Do you want him to become Boko Haram? Or a bandit? For what? You see, it absolutely doesn't make sense to me, honestly speaking. I'm not saying it. Let us sanitize our primary school education and secondary school education. Let's give us a sound background, and you know you will see a difference. So we should get back justice with mercy. They say who seeks equity must do equity, and they give our grandparents, they have done justice to them, and now they are denying the grandchildren. For what? So I'm not happy, honestly speaking. So have a nice day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shatima, for sharing.
All right, thank you so
thoughts.
much, Shatima. I believe he made a couple of, valid points where he said, why is it that JAMB is the ultimate determiner for
students to get into the higher
for students to get an admission
Hauwa,
into a higher institution.
looking at the JAMB admission benchmark,
all right.
150. Okay, we have a caller.
Yes,
on the line.
we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, the two angels. How are you today?
We're doing fine, thank you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Ade calling from London.
All right, good morning, Ade. Thank you for joining us. What is your take on this issue, on the benchmark?
Well, it's a compromise for me, but like a point I support from what Shetima said, but we didn't have money on the head. But let me to do that. JAMB should be scrapped. We don't need JAMB in Nigeria. Because the primary purpose of JAMB is to harmonize all the exams like NECO, WAEC, all these things, bring them together and look at students who did best and what subject they can study and link them to their university. That is the purpose of JAMB. If you see the name JAMB, there's nothing like exam among their names. So they are not set up to do exam for anybody. So I don't know why they dabble into that. JAMB is like UPAP in this thing, which is free. So you can't what it is that once you finish your A level here, and the gather everything to reality, student, you are very good in this subject. You are going to say, okay, you can go for this course, and they will send you to your university. And the university, they will show university, many they will want the students. That's how they allocate them to their university. So if the student choose a particular university doesn't like it, they give me another university to study. So that I feel free service. That's the purpose of that. There's nothing like exam. It's in their name. It's joint admission. So it's just admission to admit, not to do exam. But they don't dabble into that exam. They should scrap. They don't know what they do. They should scrap it. The student is coming from anywhere now to study in this thing. Once you have your secondary school certificate, A level or GCSE, you'll be admitted here. So they are not like that. So this guy is have to waste money and to divide the progress of the student who want to study. So somebody has done white, has done NECO, has done weather, whatever. That's what they should see. And they should organize it for them to look at the student who graduated from Kuta. JAMB said it's still clearing. It's a fake. But at the end of the day, the score that is not fake. After putting that boy to emotion, if it's in UK, it can't happen anyway, but let's assume it happen. It will take them to go and get a lot of money. But that poor boy now doesn't have anybody to do that for him. After disgracing him by free. So that JAMB should be scrapped. He now doesn't know what he's doing anymore. So they are just divide our children. Look at the student who finish A level in Nigeria, and first in UK. All are mates, all is mates in Nigeria. You see the strongest year one. The say I graduated here. 3 years is 3 years, 4 years is 4 years. Because here when you study first, after 2 years, then you are allowed to go for 1 year practical. Then you come back and finish your course after 1 year. So before you finish, they'll be waiting for you. So they should have managed our education system to benefit our students. God bless Nigeria. God bless our students. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Ade, for calling. Ade is really right, and this, brings to mind, the question we keep asking every day are really, the people that have been, appointed to make life easy for Nigerians, make it easy when the system is not even, a very simple one for Nigerians to navigate their way. In a country where we have, educational inequality, where, students don't have access, to the same standard of education. Exactly. The question that comes to mind is what happens to the students from the rural area. The students are there, they don't even have
a foundation.
Exactly, the foundation. And then you're given a cutoff mark for 150. Come on, and same thing, I think Shatima or the other callers stated, when a student scores 149 and just 1 point staring them in their faces, not going into the university. What do you want them to do at the end of the day when we say that education is, very, very important? I think we have another caller.
Yes, we have another caller. We have Abasinkong. Hello, Abasinkong, good morning.
Good morning, Hauwa, and good morning,
Maimuna.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in.
I want to really appreciate Top TV for always giving us content that really has to do with the movement of good in Nigeria, that our leaders don't go about doing annexing it. Sincerely speaking, this is a very good topic. One of the very good topics. I want to add that severally on this platform have said that JAMB should be scrapped. It is a gimmick and it is a sector where fraudulent men are and people continue to defraud Nigeria. Defraud Nigeria. It's not that sector is not a sector that needs to give clarity. Why am I saying it's not a sector that needs to give clarity? It's because, one, they are so corrupt there. What is the characteristic of that sector giving us the best in education? There is nothing. Because you find that most children that are in university, they cannot write, they cannot read. Those that, because they are so fraudulent, so they should allow WAEC and the basic, what do they call, GC, to be the basis where children will get admission into university, not JAMB. JAMB is fraudulent. JAMB is scam. I continue and I will continue to say JAMB is scam. It's fraudulent. People working there, they are fraudulent. Thank you. God bless you. Trust you.
All right, thank you very much, Abasinkong, for your take. And I believe it's been a hot take this morning, whereby a lot of our callers have saying that JAMB should be scrapped, because at the end of the day, there are multiple, examinations that students go through. And a lot of people have said that, and a lot of experts have said that this is a lot for students to go through in a short span of time, because we have JAMB and then WAEC and then NECO and then other things.
We have another caller.
Yes,
I think parents and guardians are really interested.
Yes, absolutely.
Good morning. Thank you so much for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Yeni from Ondo State.
Please, can you kindly turn down the audio of your TV set so we can hear you clearly?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes,
go ahead, Yemi. Thank you for joining in.
Yeah. I say I don't know the reason why Nigeria government allow JAMB to determine for people to be in one university. Remember in 90s, during that time we are looking for 400, 350. They are the people that determine. And we have a brilliant student that time that can be in a better schools. Because of not to reach that the certain point number, today they can't be able to go to school. They are not a learner. And now today, the same thing has still continue. If we see some people that we have more than that. If you see their results, NECO-wide, they have a better result. If they do JAMB, they can't be able to reach. I don't know what is happening. They should allow, the government should allow the universities to do their exam to every student that want to be in any universities. They know their abilities. So, I don't know, it's just the money we parents spend on that exam, it's just a scam. Like other people said. So, I don't know the reason why JAMB should be the time for students. You go to university, you go to polytechnic, and if you see their results, some of the people that go to polytechnic, because they are not able to reach that cut-off mark, they just use their system to stop that career. So for me, universities, they should allow every student to go to their choice. When they go there, they should give them the exam directly. So that will be the better.
All right, thank you for. Yes, we can hear you. All right, thank you for your take.
That's what I have in mind, yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Jamie, for your take. People keep on asking, why is it that JAMB has to be an intermediary when it comes to students, going into the university? They would, first and foremost, they would have to write WAEC and NECO as well. And aside from writing that, they would have to write JAMB examination. And then after that, if you are lucky to get an admission into university, you would have to write a UTME, right? What do you call it?
I think the post
UTME, exactly.
UTME,
Thank you.
For the school.
For the school, and that is a lot for students as well.
We have a caller on the line. Good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel from Cross River State. Emmanuel Bagudu from Cross River State.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for calling in. Please kindly share your thoughts.
So, to this JAMB issue we are talking about, this JAMB issue, I want to put it to the leaders in that JAMB office. When their own time, when it was their own time, is it JAMB that they write to get their own cut-off mark to the university to where they are today? They should check. Nigeria is not living up to expectations. Some of these children cannot even, they have never seen a computer since they were born. Sure. And some of them have now seen. When you now come suddenly and brought a computer to a child to write exams, they should think over all these things. All these things are all fraud. What is there? Okay, the JAMB now will now set exam for a student. When you go back to school, another person, the person that will lecture you in that school is a different person. How would he know who that child is? And some things we need to put them. Nigeria needs to sit up. True, to be sincere, our leaders are not doing well at all. Is it because they send their own children abroad to school there, and then they decided to leave the masses on problem? But one day we are telling them, one day, it will not be like this. So they should put it in the back of their mind. This is what I'm telling them. They should understand that whatever they are doing, what goes around comes around. These children will never remain like this. Okay, unlike me, I have a child who will write, but not now. Okay, before this child will come to 10 years, I know how to do this child to learn computers for him to be able to stand for this. But it's not everybody that will have the standard, the money to train his own child. The schools, no computer. When you go to some schools, there's no computer. And then they are now pressurizing children. When did they write WAEC? When did they write mock? That JAMB is also coming. Please, they should sit up, please. God bless Trust TV, I beg.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Emmanuel just raised a valid point, that bears to mind concerning the educational inequality that we were talking about. There are schools in rural areas that don't have access to computers, but then the students are very intelligent students. And it will surprise you that when you go through the WAEC and NECO results, so beautiful and excellent, but because they don't have the access to computer, they were not taught or trained how to use a computer. When they get to a JAMB center, it's a whole new game for them.
Absolutely.
Good morning, thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Ismail from Kenya.
Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thank you, Ismail, for joining us. What is your take on this issue?
Yeah, you have a very interesting topic this morning.
Thank you.
You see, just like some of the callers have said earlier, like somebody like me, I don't even buy the idea of this so-called JAMB, because the system of education has deteriorated right from primary school. In the sense that a lot of the teachers, even teaching in primary school, most of their children are schooling in private school. And they are in public school, but most of their children are in private school. If you go to most of our primary schools, do they have access to computers? Go to a lot of secondary schools, do they have access to computers? And at the end of the day, after they write the JAMB, or after they write their wife or NECO, they have at least what necessitates them to go to universities. At the end of the day, you put them to barriers of so-called JAMB. JAMB is nothing but a term. Some years back, I could remember, many of the children were posted to different states. A lot of them lost their life on the road. In the course of I want to write JAMB to get access to university. It is never a way out. The system of education need at least a total overhauling, right from the primary school to the secondary school. God bless Roy TV and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. And Maimuna, there's a point that has been made countless times that, as you said, a lot of children, a lot of students do not have access to, computers, and JAMB is a computer-based test at the end of the day. When the educational standard is as low as it can, because as you said, there's inequality when it comes to education in Nigeria. We have private schools, we have public schools, and there are a lot of public schools that do not have those resources that would enable them to be able to take that test successfully. All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ladies. My name is Abakar, calling you from Gogolada.
All right, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. My kind opinion, JAMB, as I would leave it usefulness. The system that does not recognize creativity, innovation, and ideas in our youth. It does not promote talent. It is not the best. This obsolete system that is not a global practice, the best global practice. Most of independent universities in other climes recruit their candidates through their own format, methodology of raising their candidates. So with this current system, thousands of university candidates will be shut out. Those who cannot be able to score the 150 benchmark. So it is, if you accept my opinion, they should phase out JAMB totally. Let individual university recruit their candidates, so that most of you people in the studio, you are media professionals. You enjoy professional training. That is why we are excelling. So let everybody excel according to his ability, skills, whatever. Most of our sportsmen, those in entertainment industry, they are receiving career training. That is why they are making headway. They are making breakthrough. This JAMB system, current JAMB system, is killing skills, is killing creativity. It's critically innovation. It's not the best way. It's not the best global practices. Thank you. That is my take.
All right. Thank you very much for your take. He's making a point that JAMB is making each and every person or students become like a one-show pony when it comes to putting someone in a box. But then at the end of the day, there are points that have been made as well, whereby when the system in itself is not standardized, and there are a lot of exams for choose children to take, and that is too much of a stretch for them, and let every institution have a way of recruiting or providing admissions for the students.
I think Shatima has more to say. He's on the line.
Thank you. Hello, Shatima. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you. Honestly speaking, issue of JAMB, to me, JAMB is the most corrupt department and is the most corrupt organization. Corrupt in the sense that how can you conduct an examination whereby you know the majority of the students are computer illiterate? They have not trained on computer at all. No school in Nigeria can have a computer department 100% functional. 100% functional. No school. All our computers are outdated. Some of them are not working. Even in the computers that you find in some polytechnics, they just put as no correction. They are not functioning. And there is no adequate or enough network. So how can you test a student who was being trained by handwriting to write with his own hand on an exercise book, and you place a computer for him, and that computer is not functioning very well? We had from so many victims of the JAMB that computers that had been placing with to them or allocated to them is not working. Before they make complaints and actions to take in time have already gone. Some they just end up as a victim, and they do not even attempt for the writing of the examination, and time has lapsed. So these things we have to tell ourselves the truth. We have to reorganize our examination entrance. And I do not see the reason why. If somebody has passed his WIAC, has passed his level, there is no reason for you conducting another examination for him. And the only thing that we have, there is examinations that is conducting seriously in the institution for them to make a screening and teach out the suitable candidates that they will give an admission. Not them to do it. And we should allow the institution to conduct the entering examination for the students. So they give them their paper and they use their Bible to write the examination. I think that will be better for us. Because that is the exercise that they have been doing before. All these our lawmakers, all these people that fight themselves in the corridor of power today, they have been blocking the chances of the younger ones. That's how they get their admission. And most of them, when you have finished your secondary school, you fill up a form for admission, you are automatically being admitted. So that is how they get their higher education. And I don't know why now we are so wicked. We have been depriving our youngest ones to get what we have get. It's honestly wrong. It's honestly wrong. This is a man's mind. We have to sanitize our mind. We have to be just, and we have to be good. To our youngest ones. We have to know if we allow these young ones to become stagnant illiterate, our lives and our time will be handed over to them. Whether we like it or not, we are getting older, whereby we must resign from that position that we were occupying. It's our youngest one that will take that position. Like our fathers and our grandfathers, they have been ruling the country before. Now is our turn. Tomorrow is the turn of our youngest one. We have to treat them nice. We have to treat them with open mind, without malice, so that we will give them a very sound training. So that by the time we get, they also treat us nice. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you
All right,
so
thank
much.
you so much, Chetima. He made a couple of points, and there have been a lot of hot takes when it comes to this issue, especially when it comes to the standard of education in Nigeria. And it would be an utmost service to the Nigerian student for the educational system to have a total overhaul in making sure that these standards are up to par. And then when it comes to testing students, there should be a singular, unified way in making sure that they test the students and gaining admission into the university as well, to avoid and to reduce all the stress that's on that as well. We'll be going on a short break. Make sure you stay with us for our next segment, which is the discussion segment, and we'll be analyzing the intricacies of yesterday's JAMB meeting and the details of those meetings. So make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back.